I think we're live.
Are we
I'm pretty
live?
sure we're
Uh-oh.
live.
Oh, man. I'm so
This is,
new to this.
this is incredible. Yeah, I know you are. Yeah, you've never live streamed a day in your life.
I do have to say one thing. You
Yeah,
can tell that I am a little bitty channel because I still have all my hair and my beard.
right.
You
So
know,
can
when I
we
get big time, I'm going to have to
can we get you to
clean up.
commit right now? 10K and shave it.
Oh, I would. Yeah. Oh, yeah. 10K. Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember whose idea it was. I think it was my sister. And then I mentioned it again one of the times she was on with me, and she said, "No, you can't shave." And I was like, "You're the one that told me to do this." Anyway,
I mean, mine's got a lot more gray in it than yours did.
a little bit, yeah.
I look
I've got
like
it coming in
Gandalf
here.
over here.
Yep, I've got it coming in here, but especially now, that's the only hint. Well, and it's a little thin, but it's not bad.
Yeah.
Little silvers are really the only hint that I've aged beyond.
I call it chrome.
That's right.
Chrome.
That's right. I got wrinkles and stuff too, so
Oh, you'll wake up one day and be like, what happened?
it's coming. I know it's coming.
You're still young. I'm 50.
Oh wow. Yeah, I turned 33 in 2 days. Hi. You want to say hi? Oh, you're shy because someone else is here. That's Brian. I should introduce Brian. Everybody, if you couldn't tell from his name, I'm here today with Brian from the other DDG, the Dust Devil Garage. Of course, he's got his own streaming operation. As you can tell, he's got the sweet setup there with the soundproofing and the Mopar signs. All I have is this weird cat and this creepy 7-year-old. That's all I got.
7-year-olds are great.
Yeah. Oh, she is great. She helped cut my beard and hair and everything. Oh,
I saw that. It was awesome.
Oh yeah, she seemed pretty excited about it until right at the end she decided she didn't want Dad to not have a beard. I had the beard longer than she was alive, longer than her mom has lived with me. It was
they grew back.
Yeah, that's what I said. Are you getting used to it? Yesterday you said will not miss his old look. I'm still getting used to it myself. It's just like looking in a mirror that takes off like a decade.
Did you ever wake up and your face is cold?
Dude, my face is cold right now. It's been freezing all day. Yeah, it's fine. You want to take it? You go do your thing. Anyway, bye.
I just came to steal your phone.
Oh, okay, cool. Anyway, I think we were doing an introduction. That's Brian. I guess I better reintroduce myself because no one's going to recognize me. I barely recognize me. I am your weekly host, Dead Dodge Jamie. And someone said it would be a good idea to shave my beard when I reached 10,000 subscribers, and the hair had to go too. So here we are. And, it was one of those things that was like, that's a long time from now. I don't have to worry about that.
Oh, not just 10. You're up to 11.
That's the crazy
11,000.
thing. Okay, so I did 1,000 subscriber special. It was just like a basic introduction. So if you guys want like my backstory, just like where I grew from, that explains all of it. The business I had and my love of cars and all that. And then I did a 2,000 special, which was a little more silly. And no one watched it. So I decided, you know what? I'm not going to do another one of these. Then I got to 5 and it was like, I want to do a 5. The stuff that was going on, by the time I was ready to shoot the 5,000 subscriber special, I was almost at 6. So I just skipped it. And then it's just funny, for 10, the same exact thing happened. I hit 10 on Tuesday, and then it became 11 very quickly. And I do want to say, now this is important. I hit 10,000 first, and then Uncle Tony mentioned me in a video.
Oh, yeah.
That's important. That is, to get the order of events correct. But since then, I think he sent about 800 people my way. So very, very thankful for that. And then, of course, I did put up, I think, a great video yesterday with the 70 Roadrunner, Tom's 70 Roadrunner, 446-pack air grabber. Really neat car, and people really like that video. So that's been good for another 150. So
nowhere to go but up.
Nowhere to go but up. Sky's the limit. So yeah, I'm going to sort through a few comments here. Donnie, of course, was here before the bell and said, happy soon-to-be birthday. Well done on 10K from me and Mrs. Wrench Tech. Thanks, Donnie. I appreciate that. And Tom dropped in early as well and said, congrats on 10K to 11K. It's just ridiculous. My daughter stole my phone, so I don't know what the number is now. I think it's like 11,200 or something. And it's going to slow down, and that's how this has always gone. You know, a real good video will happen. Something will happen in the world that, you know, whatever. It does this, it does that. I'm sure you've seen the same exact thing on your channel.
Oh yeah, I just don't have the big numbers that you
I didn't at first, you know, and I'll tell you what worked for me. And I'm not saying it would work for you, but this is what I did. I'm a huge electrical nerd. I've spent so much time broken down on the side of the road with these cars. I've sorted through all of these crazy electrical problems, and I have the experience to explain to people how to fix them. So I did those electrical guides. I shared them in a few groups, and that is really what started my channel doing this. And then luck. And like I say, there are days where nothing is going on, and I'm looking at it going, wow, what did I do wrong? And then there will be a good day, you know, and that's just how it goes. But yeah, I mean, I've just kind of kept doing what I'm doing for the last year, and it's done the thing.
I just go out and have fun. That's what I do. I try to, you know.
Oh yeah.
I'm no expert. I'm
Well,
not anybody to really learn from because I'm doing a lot of learning now. But I've got a good, solid background. But you know,
I try to explain that all the time. I am not an expert either. I just have, you know, I have a good bit of experience. I've been playing with these cars 16 years, and learning hard lessons and melting things, and you know. And learning what not to do. And that's what I'm basing all of this off of now. But I'm untrained, you know. I got some ASE type schooling from O'Reilly Auto Parts when I worked for them, and that was helpful. But other than that, experience, YouTube videos, reading, you know.
I just grew up around it.
Yeah.
Both my grandfather and my dad, that's the only jobs they ever had their entire lives was mechanics. That's what they did. So
my dad was not a great mechanic, but he was always fiddling with his vans is what he was driving when I was a kid. And I remember that, like, he'd have an air cleaner off and he'd be poking at things. And I don't think he knew what he was doing. He used to drive a 68 Plymouth Fury that didn't charge. He and my mom drove that car everywhere with a battery charger and an extension cable. Like, that's a problem I could fix in 10 minutes.
Well, that's like even with my dad. If you want to get a car to go down the road and get you to work every day, I wouldn't go to anybody else. But when it comes to this hot rod stuff, he has no clue. You know, he's just like, okay, he's learning right along with me, you know.
Nice. That's kind of a different thing.
Yeah.
So, and it's interesting too. You know, my entire thing from the beginning with these cars has always been daily drivers, making them drive. I was never a hot rodder. Kind of, you know, hot rodding to me was, let's put a 318 in this Slant 6 car. Just, you know.
Yeah.
Let's do burnouts. It was never 400 or 500 horsepower. It was never tunnel rams and dual quads on a small block. You know, it was always little stuff. But my interest was always in making them work and going down the road. So when it gets into real horsepower, I'm out of my element. You know, I'm building a stroker engine right now. I've never done that before. It's not. I'm always stock with, you know, little things. But yeah, it's still. I've been playing with hotter stuff for a while, but it's still kind of new to me, you know, in many ways.
Oh, believe me, I never. Well, I've dreamed of it. The car I'm building now, but I never thought I'd actually build it, and it just kind of came together as parts of, hey, look, I got a deal on this. Hey, look, I got a deal on this. And damn, I built a life-size Hot Wheel.
I love it. No, that's cool. And that's your knuckle duster.
Yeah. You want to show a picture of it? I mean,
73. Do you have the technology to do that? I don't know.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Well, just keep talking. I'll bring this up. I'll bring the picture up.
Oh, cool. I'll go through a few more comments while you do that.
Yeah.
Belle James is here with us and says, good evening, Naked Jamie and the rest of the crew. Thank you for being here, my friend. Rich Jordan dropped in as well and said, hey, congrats on 11,000 now. Thank you very much. Mopart Benny is here, or was 9 minutes ago, and said, let's get this party started like a cold-blooded 318. Lovejoy dropped in with us and said, holy hell, you look like a child. Yeah, I look like my brother, who's almost a decade younger than me. My friend Dave dropped in. That's my old 66 Charger right there. And Dave says, hello, all. Hello, Dave. And Dan Tupper, of course, is here with us. Nick Black says, you're helping me bring my Plymouth Roadrunner back around. Thank you. You bet, Nick. That is what I'm here to do. Ooh, look at this.
Yeah, there. Now all you got to do is bring that up.
Well, let's see if I can. Hold on. Ooh.
Man, there it is.
Nice. There it is. The knuckle duster. I love it. So that's one thing I want to ask you about. I'm going to sort through a few more of these comments, and then I want to talk about your engine. I definitely want to do that. I have questions.
Oh, okay, yeah. You could just like that. And I'll leave.
Oh, I got it.
I've
learned. I've never done that before. I'm kind of like I've been using StreamYard for like 7 months, ever since. Hold on. This guy showed me how to use it.
Oh yeah, that's Blake. Yeah.
How's it going, Blake? But I'm still kind of not. I don't know.
I'm learning new stuff on it every day. I've had it for 2 years, so.
Oh yeah. Oh, and Dave says 11,100. Not bad. Congrats. Yep. There's always a lag on the live site, and Tom keeps looking at the numbers on the live site too and saying, hey, you know, the video's got this many views, or you've got this many subs, or whatever. And in studio, it's different. You know, there's it's like to the moment. So that's interesting. But yeah, I think it's 11,200 something by now. My sister's here and says, hi, I heard you were talking about me. I was. JMR dropped in and said, hey, Jamie and Brian, how's it going, JMR? Thanks for being here. Hey, Avon, how's it going? Ava, your aunt says your haircut's cute. Bob's here with us and says, happy Beardless Sunday fun time. Congrats again on your channel growth. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Bob. How you doing? Ross says, I'm so confused. What have you done with Jamie? Who is this Republican? I don't know what that means. I killed Jamie. My name's Steve. Junkyard D is with us and says, hey, DDG and DDG. How's it going?
It's the double DDG, the DDG. Yeah, whatever. That gets.
Sometimes people call me DDD, and I don't know what that means. Jabo says, what the hell happened? Your head's not proportional with your body. Dude, so I think my ears were always this big, but I'd never noticed before. And my neck is way longer. It's the weirdest thing.
Well, you were worried about chins. That's what I'd be worried about.
Well, yeah, so there is some more down there than there was, but it's, you know, it's.
Oh,
it's
I probably got 3 or 4 under here somewhere. You know, I'm not a small guy. But yeah, Blake and Jabo, I actually went out and visited them.
Oh yeah, cool.
Oh yeah, the place they're really great people, and the place they live is awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, they seem like great guys. They were, man, they found my channel pretty early on, and like the first flattering YouTube moment I ever had was those guys showed at the end of one of their videos, one of my videos. They were watching in the shop, and it was what was the line? It was like, "Yeah, what are you watching?" Some homeless guy from Aberdeen. I loved that. It was super cool. But yeah.
Well, you know, you could meet him too if you were to go down to Sykeston to the No Name Nationals.
Oh, is that a fact?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you something right now. We'll put this up. That's my daughter. I was gonna.
I know it's expensive, man. You're way out there.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So. Hi, Ava. Okay, so little like behind the scenes on my channel. My mom's got the next comment, and it's hilarious. one of the reasons I started the channel was for the No Name Nationals last year, the original No Name Nationals. They made an announcement. Any YouTuber, you hit 500 subs, you can come. And that kind of coincided with me thinking, people have been telling me I should be doing this for a long time. Why don't I just do it? And the thing I was trying to find was someone to show up and hold a camera. I thought to have a YouTube show, to a TV type show, you need someone there to film you, and then cool. Because how am I supposed to wrench? How am I supposed to do anything and film myself doing it? That makes no sense. So I tried to get multiple people to help me out with that, and it just never panned out. Okay, fine. Then I got a new phone with a really nice camera, and I thought, you know what? I'm just going to start filming, and that's what I did. And I've been mostly behind the camera ever since. But the inspiration to do that was No Name Nationals, and I thought, hey, I think I can do this. I have a few ways, my electrical knowledge and that kind of stuff. I have a few ways I can get people to my channel. I can hit 500, baby. I'm going to Sykeston. And so I did that. And then I figured out how far Sykeston was, and the diesel was like $6.30 a gallon. And I went, you know what? I don't think that's going to happen. I'd really like to do it this year. And I haven't done any crazy YouTube trips yet. I have to figure out the childcare aspect of things because my wife has a job.
You're gone for a week.
Right. Well, 2 weeks. I mean, basically 2 weeks. I mean, I'm at least, well, I mean, I could, if I really hit it, I could get there 3 to 4 days, but it's a big drive. So you figure week and a half, 2 weeks, and that's quite a bit of time to be gone. So kind of have to make sure everything's okay for me to do that. But if I can, and if finances allow, I really do want to be there. It looked like an awesome time last year. I recognized a lot of the guys there with Mopars.
Oh, it's a great time. You wouldn't.
Yeah.
You have no clue. I go to a lot of events, and that is the only one that I've ever been to that I was like, boy, I wish this lasted one more day.
Nice. That's cool. Yeah, so I'm hoping to be able to do that. I'm not promising to it, but I really do want to. If I can, I'll be there. And I would, I guess, have to take Dale's Demon, my drag car. I'm no ace drag racer. I am just some guy. I've been to the track a couple times. I've made videos. People have dropped in the comments to tell me I'm no good at it, and that's fine.
Do you know how many people last year, it was their very first time going down the track?
No, I know. Like that's why it's perfect. It's the perfect.
You ever watch Duddy's Adventures?
Mm-hmm.
That was
Duddy and I are like,
you couldn't get him out of the car.
What's that?
You couldn't get Duddy out of the car. He got so addicted.
Oh, that's
awesome. It's like wow. I guess Blake told Duddy he just got to keep going until he runs out of gas. Oh man, he was having so much fun.
I love Duddy. For one thing, we kind of sound similar. I can't say we look similar, but we sort of have similar styles. And obviously, we're Mopar nuts, and he's got leaky old Cummins. I love leaky old Cummins. We're kind of in the same, cut from the same cloth or whatever. Yeah, for sure. So I want to take a second to do that thing I always forget to do. There are 79 people watching us right now, and that is more people than have ever been in one of my live streams.
Wow.
Probably because of that whole 11,000 subscriber thing and the popular videos of this weekend. So I want to say, and Uncle Tony, thank you to Uncle Tony, obviously. I did say that in video. And I'll probably keep saying it for a while. So thank you very much to everyone for being here. I am here with the other DDG. I always get this wrong. It's that he's over here. Yeah, everything's backwards. And we're just kind of hanging out and talking about Mopars and stuff. I am going to run through another few comments here. Oh, but the thing I always forget is to tell you to hit like on the stream. If you would please do that, it does something for the stuff with the deal. And I do want to say today, again, I'm here talking with Brian. I'm probably not going to get to every single comment. We've got a lot. We've got so many. But if you do have one question for us,
there's 81 people in here, and only 45 people have hit the like button.
Oh, that's just,
Come on,
better
guys.
than normal before I ask. If you do have any Mopar specific questions for us, feel free to drop them. My mom says, Jesus, dude, I think you overdid it a little on the hair. Well, it's the tallest guard we had. It's fine. I usually like to leave a little length up there, but I like it.
Well, I feel like me 90% of the time you're wearing a hat anyway. So
exactly. That's what I was, and you can hear a bit of it in the video. My wife has never cut hair before this weekend. And she was just saying, I'm messing this up or whatever. And I said, it's okay. I'm a hat guy.
Well, I never used to be a hat guy. They say like the sides and everything is the easy part. It's like right here is where the hairdressers get the money.
That's exactly
the money right there.
Exactly it. Now, conveniently, even when I have this done professionally, I immediately turn into Sonic the Hedgehog. So that's going to happen no matter what. So I'm not worried. It's all good. I thought she did a great job. My sister says the subscriber specials are her favorites. I think today's might just be the best one ever.
It was a good one. It was a good
check that out. I personally think it's quite good, but I don't know. I had a bunch of ideas and I was just like, these all suck. Let's do all of them. Anyway, Dan Berg is here with us as usual and says, holy shit, Jamie, that's what you look like. Yes, this is what I look like. I haven't seen this version of myself since like 2011 or 12. So I was shocked too. Rick Rice says, hey, Jamie, looking dapper. I get the attachment to facial hair. I've had my mustache for nearly 50 years. I occasionally threaten my kids with shaving it. I tried to build my kid up to this emotionally for months. I told her again and again, hey, I'm going to do this. Do you want to see me without a beard? Are you ready to see me without a beard? My dad always had facial hair, so I just feel like dads are supposed to have facial hair. And so I've just always kept mine. But, I did want to cut it for a long time. I was curious what I look like. Now I know. And the beard will grow back, so everything will be fine. Jason with Stage Zero Garage dropped in and said, I'm late because I thought I was on the wrong live stream. Ross says the Roadrunner video is a great video. Thank you, Ross. That video is doing very, very well. That video, and again, part of it's due to the subscribers, but a big part of it is due to that is just a sweet car. I mean, it's awesome, and it's getting reformed to be the sweet car it should be. But that video is getting more views than any video I have ever made. It's gotten 13,000 views. 10,000 of those were by 8 or 9 this morning. Now, I've had videos that go on to get tons, but it never happens that fast. I've got a handful of them in the 40 to 60 range and one that's got 160,000 views. And that's that crappy video that I made about that Mecum Charger that everyone likes for some reason. But I think the Roadrunner video is one of my best. I'm super proud of it. I love that car. There's going to be way more coming on that car. And yeah, thanks for that, Ross. Oh, Mike J sent me $5 and said, tip the barber. Yes, I will do that. I'm sure she'll appreciate it. She might have to split it with my daughter because, of course, she helped out quite a bit. And Rocket Tom did drop in and said, a little behind the scenes, Jamie and I spent about 8 straight hours getting that thing running. It was an all-day thrash. Yes, it was. And just if it was all together, hour, 2, but chasing down the parts, finishing the drivetrain install that was never done, gathering stuff up, robbing shift linkage off of a parts car because the one that came with the car is buried in a box somewhere from the trip. Man, it was a full day. And I know the drive at the end is super underwhelming. Also awesome. String throttle, no brakes. I liked it. But that's like, I didn't have time to do that. I did that and I drove home. It was nuts. So,
well, at least you've got a good amount of parts cars laying around there, or different cars.
Yeah. Tom actually has a 70 Plymouth sedan. That's perfect, So
there's one thing I always say. I always think it's got to be almost impossible to do a successful YouTube channel with just one car.
Yeah, well, I was afraid of that. So when I got my demon, everybody loved it. And so then it got more views than anything I'd ever done. So then I thought, okay, well, I guess this is just the demon channel now. And I did a bunch of videos on it, and they did still do well, but it was kind of like diminishing returns, I guess, to a certain degree. But you're basically a one-car channel, right?
Till next week's videos come out.
All right, cool.
I got a new project I'm working on.
Gotcha. So that's currently under wraps?
Yeah, for right now.
Media blackout? Right on. Well, all I know is that in one of your videos, you did mention that you were working on a project to tow the Duster to the track. So I don't know if that's what you got.
It's not total media blackout. Some people would know about it, but the vast majority don't.
Cool. Very nice. Yeah. I mean, I will say this. You don't have to be a crazy Mopar hoarder like Tom and I are to be successful at this, but damn, it helps.
Yeah.
Ooh. All right.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool. That's my kind of tow rig. Bob said, "Oh, look how quick you already have 40 plus folks watching. It's 83 now, which again, more than ever before. So thank you very much to you guys for being here.
Tell your friends, let's break 100 tonight.
It could happen. It could happen when Uncle Tony's stream ends. Usually, we get a little bump of people coming over from Tony's stream. It was never my plan to like encroach on his streaming time, but it happened. No regrets. Sunday night just seems like the time, and I figured different time zones it wouldn't be a problem, but there is that overlap.
Well, we've done that too. We've got a lot of No Name Nationals people that stream, and yeah, people will jump in between, back and forth, and watch them.
Yeah, I saw you doing the big group chats, like 3 or 4 of you guys.
That's a new thing that's out now, and I think we're going to use that a lot. I like that.
Cool. I just it seems like a lot to manage to me. Like,
people aren't used to it in the chat yet because you'll have somebody on mine.
Does it mix the chats together?
No, it mixes the chats together here where we see it.
In StreamYard, that's what I meant. Yeah.
In StreamYard, it'll mix the chats together. But like how you go through the chat like this,
right?
If I had it going right now on mine, my people would not see half of what's going on up there. So that'll be a little something to get used to. But I think we can work with it.
Interesting. Yeah, that's cool. No, it seems awesome to be able to get like a group together like that. It just seems logistically challenging. Like, four guys with questions and stuff to say, and
I've had streams where I've had 10 people in here at once, and we've been able to make it work.
That's a big party.
The bad part about that is because I don't know Johnny Mopar. You ever watched any of his stuff?
I've checked in on him before, but I don't know him very well.
He would love it. He's such a quiet, polite guy that he waits, but then he would get a little bit upset because we'd be on one subject and then we'd move on to the next one. He's like, "Oh wait, I had something to say about the old thing." And yeah, and not upset like mad or anything, but
no, yeah, but again, just the challenges of bringing a group together like that. No, but it's cool. It's awesome to see all you guys together like that. I'm not promising to 10-person live streams. It seems like a neat idea, but I don't know.
What actually, if you're hosting it, takes a lot of the pressure off of you because you're just like, okay, talk.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you guys have noticed. I don't really have a problem with talking. Pretty good at it. And again, the way these live streams have gone with all the comments and the different people coming in and the people that are here every week, we always have things to talk about and comments to answer. So speaking of which,
I like on your videos.
I am way behind, but I am going to kind of skim through here and take a look at some of them. I got to put my daughter up. Obviously, she says hello. Busted Radio Garage says hello, everyone else. Rocket Tom said, remember to hit the like button. Please do that. Big Ranch Donnie says, I'm an electrical arsonist. I can let the smoke out of anything. And anyone who's owned a classic British car knows that it's very hard to get the smoke back in. Mopars are actually very similar in that regard, which Gary Hergert can attest to. I've mentioned Gary's car on in a comment thread this weekend because someone said something about their alternator getting hot overnight. Someone else said you need to unplug your battery every night. Someone else said that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. And I said, okay, but Mopars catch fire sometimes, and it's a good idea. Anyway, Gary Hergert, Tom's brother, says, you can't imagine my level of disappointment that the shaving didn't happen on this live stream. Logistical nightmare, but at least it's on video. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's out there forever.
It's up there forever. Rooster dropped in and said, howdy, boys. Howdy, Rooster. How you doing? I feel like it's been a bit. It's been a lot of going on. Phillips Run Drip and Bubble Company says, I learned a lot of don't, not many do's. That's kind of where I'm at. That's where you get the do's.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of this going on. Jeremy Davies says something about that Roadrunner is just magic. Great video. Thank you. And yeah, I totally agree. It's super neat. Lovejoy has been working on the diesel. Got it running this weekend. Not enough clips for a video yet, so I'm going to do the interior cleanup as well. Busted Radio says there's always room for second day mods, day 2 mods, and I completely agree. I'm all about day 2 type cars. I love factory original. I love day 2. I don't love super crazy, insane, expensive builds. They're neat, but they're not my thing. Somebody did a whole video about that, and then somebody else made a video referencing that video.
Yeah, some guy. It's a big deal.
Stan Nelson loves this. Thank you very much, Stan, and thank you for watching my videos this weekend. I appreciate that. Junkyard D says, I don't know. Without the beard, you may have lost some of your wizardry powers. I am very much afraid of that. I feel like that may have been where it was hiding. I may question some of your work now more than ever before. Another comment on a video said, before I just took your word for it because you looked like a seasoned, you'd been there and done that. And now you look like a teenager, and I just don't know if I can trust you.
Who's this kid telling me what to do?
The good thing is I'm usually behind the camera. So if you don't watch this live stream or my special, you may never know.
I like the voiceover stuff that you do. I really like that a lot. You got the great voice for it.
I appreciate that. And I don't know if you have caught some of this. Since the beginning, I've had people say I have a great voice and I have a voice for radio and whatever, and they like it. But I've also had people say I'm super annoying. My voice is horrible. My videos are best watched with the sound off, and they just can't take it anymore. And there's a whole lot more. Who knew that you could get such completely different reviews,
There's people that if Samuel L. Jackson was doing the video, they'd complain saying his voice was annoying.
Or Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman, yeah.
One of the greatest voiceover actors of our time.
People will complain.
Absolutely. It's just really interesting because it just seems like polarizing. But I guess those are the people that comment, the people that really love it or really hate it. And you never get the people in the middle who are just like, yeah, this is fine. That is something I did not really expect. But
the hard thing is to get past the negative comments, because
of course,
1,000 good ones, that one negative one makes you go.
Yep. Of course. And the thing is, it's kind of weird. It's almost like YouTube has honed in on my people as time has gone on, or maybe something about having more subscribers or more professional looking stuff. People don't want to insult you as much. I don't know, but I get a whole lot less of it now. I still get it, but I get a whole lot less of it. So, it's just interesting. But you're exactly right. Ignore the negative comments and move on. And that's what I do. But I still read them. I read every single comment. Every single comment I read. And I
don't get that many, so it's easy for me.
Well, it didn't
you only have 800 subs.
It's There you go. But you keep going, and
oh yeah, I'm sure
you'll have these kind of problems before you know it. My mom says I do suddenly look a lot like Alex. I look a lot like my younger brother Alex. A lot. Oh, Ava says, thanks, Aunt, for commenting on her adorable new haircut. Confusing ADD and DDG. That could explain it. All Praise dropped in. All Praise, a frequent member of the comment section and the live streams. All Praise says, howdy gang, checking in. Loved the 70 Roadrunner video. Congratulations on 11,000 subs. Thank you very much, my friend. I really appreciate it. This is not that kind of hat. This is a hat in support of my local parts store. Crap. I would never wear that kind of hat. I would never wear any kind of hat. I'm not a joiner. Any of that sort of hat. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. No red hats, no blue hats here. Just crap hats. Well,
car hat.
That's right. That is what this whole thing is about. Cars. I have managed to carve out a little place in my world, in car world, and this is unique. Some channels don't have this, where politics don't exist, and it's awesome, and I love it. And I'm very, very proud of that. Anyway, few more comments. Maybe a lot more. I'll bang through some of them. There's a lot of crosstalk in the comments. I am skipping over that. We got a lot of people here with us, and they all know each other. They're all buddies, and they're all greeting. Yeah. Walter G said, congrats on 11K subs. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. NSB Custom Cars dropped in and said, howdy, fellas.
I'm racing him this year.
Ooh, awesome. I might get to see that. Don't hold your breath. What could happen? I was totally going to reference this guy a minute ago because I remember when he shaved his beard. Now, mind you, he's, 30-ish years my senior. And it actually did make him look a lot younger, but there was some more chin, I think, than there used to be. Anyway, Scott Prado is here with us. Scott, usually watching the stream with the sound off, but he says, congrats. And there's no way I can take car advice from a guy who looks like he's 16. Yeah. Amy Harville is here with us and says, OMG, you look so adorable and baby face. Have you gotten carded yet? No, but I haven't had to try and buy booze. I'm hoping the silver hairs and the wrinkles will help, but I'm fully expecting it. I haven't been carded in, when they're doing the, I just have to ask. Yeah, I still get carded in bars and stuff. But anyway, Connor Casey, a good... I shouldn't say that, I guess. Connor Casey dropped in the comments and said, you remind me of a friend of mine. Man, you sound just like him. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. That's good stuff. Oh, man. Brian McD dropped in and said, hey-o, from the not-so-frigid North Canada. Nice. Now, is Northern Canada on fire and full of tornadoes as well? I'm not totally sure on that.
Indiana was getting tornadoes today.
Yeah.
I was watching that.
Wow. No, I missed that, actually. Dave says, oh, yeah, she doesn't like the 3-hour drive to my house. The 40 hours to No Name would be a bit much. Well, the other problem is it coincides with the start of the school year. That was the thing last year was they started school. Maybe it wasn't early. It seemed early. So either she'd have to miss the first week of school and go with me, or I couldn't go, Anyway. Rooster says, lots of car crazy horsepower in the live tonight. Yep. Nice. Ron G says, congratulations on your channel growth. Condolences on your beard growth. Listen, it'll grow back. David Rich sent $20.
Whoa.
Thank you very much for that, David. And says, I've had 2 Mopars in storage longer than you've been alive. Yeah, you're not the only one. Thanks to your channel and others, I'm actually working on them. Hopefully I'll get them done before I get too old to drive them. I hope you do, David. Stick with it. I I get that a lot. Most of the guys that I work for, that I do cars for, are much older than me. And those are the types I like, the ones that they know exactly what I'm doing. They know exactly what needs done, and they're just beyond the part in their life when they can or want to do that. Anyway, I deal with a lot of people that are a good bit older than me. It's an interesting dynamic. You know, I might have been born in the wrong time. I don't know. But anyway, thank you very much for being here. I really appreciate the $20. I promise to only use it to buy drugs and alcohol. And yeah, keep working on those cars. And I will help whenever I can. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I will read them. Dan Berg says, yo, Jamie, did you get the gift I sent you? I don't think I have. I don't think so. Maybe shoot me a message later so we can figure that out. But I don't think I've gotten any gifts recently. I got a set of Schumacher conversion mounts in the mail. Brent Forte says, oh, man, I'm late. What did I miss? You missed quite a bit. Oh, hey, Blake dropped a link in the comments to Brian's channel, Dust Devil Garage. Definitely check that out. He's got a super sweet flat black A-body Mopar Duster, the Knuckle Duster, with a small block, wearing a tunnel ram and dual Hollies, right?
Yeah, 660s.
There is so much to like about that. I like everything about that.
And side pipes and huge tires.
I forgot the side pipes and the tires that stick out this far past the quarter panels. And did I mention it's flat black? It's magnificent. My 66 Barracuda was very, very similar. Side dump pipes, 360, ridiculous 410s, not very big tires. But flat black, very, very similar vibe. And when I rebuild it, I have the small block tunnel ram sitting there, and I swear it's going on that car.
Well,
if I have a choice,
it's hard to find.
I know. That's why I bought this one. Actually, my friend Dave, who's in the comments, picked it up for me. He found it at a swap meet down in Vancouver, Portland area. And I said, what's that? $450? Wow, that's a lot of money. Okay, we'll give it to him. Because, yeah, I just had to. I haven't put it on a car yet, but I will. And I have been tempted to take the demon hood off, and I've been tempted, but I don't have another hood to cut a hole in. I don't want to run it with no hood and the hinges sticking up. So, I'll save it for the Barracuda, I think. My sister says today's sub special was the best. I think so too. My mom asked if I told my wife the difference between a good haircut and a bad haircut. I haven't actually said that yet, but it's 2 weeks. Walter says, at least you still have hair at 33. I started losing mine at 25. It's been 15 years since I last had enough hair to go get a haircut. Been shaving ever since. My buddy Mike, drummer, owner of the white 64 Dart that's been on my channel, there are pictures of him at 17, seriously balding. Ouch. John Wilburn's here with us and says, Dust Devil is the guest, like an alternate universe. Yep. Isn't that interesting? Well, he reached out and said, hey, man, you want to have me on? And I was like, yeah, let's do that.
It just so happened to coincide with all the cool stuff that happened with you.
Yeah, very interesting, isn't it? As I like to say, it's all happening. I say it all the time. I think that's a line from Almost Famous, which is perfectly fitting for, the times. Almost Famous. Anyway. Aneurysm, spelled in an interesting way, says, congratulations, Jamie. I stumbled across your channel with the 3-pedal solution video some time ago. Love your content. Moved from Tacoma 2 years ago. Glad to see familiar locales when you film. Awesome. Yeah, the 3-pedal solution was a while ago. That was the stick swap on my 66 Charger. Good series, I think. There's a lot of good information in there. The most important part being how to make the Magnum EFI work with a 4-speed. And that video is called Magic Trick That Shouldn't Work. And it has way more views than any of the rest of that stuff. So, and there's a reason for that. It's brilliant. If I do say so myself. I didn't come up with it. I just did it. Glenn Uromi says, hey, Jamie, I love the videos. Very helpful info for working on these cars. Yep. Oh, Dan says, race with me as you drive away with my demon. I already said that wasn't going to happen. Walter G can't wait for more updates on the Roadrunner. Tom said 20 minutes ago, 30 minutes in and 25 minutes behind on comments. Yep, we nailed it. String throttle, old school. Bobby's B says, I started watching when you got the red Charger. Been a fan ever since. That was a year ago. Chris N2. Yes, that video did very, very well for me as well. I love that car and everything about it. So cool. Rooster says, Dan, I won't race Jamie. I can't bear to see him cry when I haul away the demon. He knows I'd tree him and leave him there. The kid's learning, so we'll give him that. Dude, there ain't no doubt. I am no drag racer. I like drag racing. I am no drag racer. It's just all fun for me. And I don't care that my reaction times have a digit in the first space and it's a lot bigger than it should be. Don't care.
It's all about fun.
That is exactly it, you know, and I get these people coming in the comments like, you can't gray shift a 340 at 5,500 RPM. You can't drive that car like that. And it's like, dude, this is my first time doing this. I have never done this on a track ever. Now I've done it twice, barely. I ran twice the last time and the traction was not great. What kind of drag racing experience do you have?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, basically just street racing stuff.
Nice.
I did a lot of street racing when I was younger, and I love going to the drag strip. I just never, where I lived, there wasn't any place close.
Yeah, and there really isn't here either. For a time, 2 summers, well, it was right after my wife had moved back, so I guess that was 7-8 years ago. Moved back from California, that is. They were running 8th Mile at the airport in Elma, a tiny little town called Elma, 20 miles from here. And so just arm drop, 8th Mile. It was super fun. It was a super cool scene. They made you sign an "if you die" waiver when you came in the gate. And it was cool. It was guerrilla. The neighbors were okay with it. And then suddenly they weren't, and the county got involved and they shut it down. But that was kind of track racing, I guess. So I did that, and I won. I did pretty well out there, actually, but it was street tire, street car. Man, most of the racing I did out there with that 66 Charger right there. And it had, I don't remember which 383. I think it was the built one, which was slower than the stock one I took out. That was an important lesson. I wasn't fast, but man, it was fun. And I have run on the street a little bit, and that's it. You know, so yeah, I'm no crazy experienced drag racer. I'm doing it for the fun.
That's why you should do anything. Do it.
Exactly. That's why I'm doing all this.
You're having fun doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If I wasn't having fun doing YouTube anymore, I'd quit tomorrow. You know.
Oh yeah.
But it is the most fun. It's awesome. Even with the little bit of negativity, even with the ups and the downs, and you know, it's challenging. And I mean, not hard deadlines, but self-imposed deadlines. I got to get videos out every Saturday and Sunday. That consistency is important, you know. If it's once a month, fine. If it's once a week, fine, you know. But it's got to be consistent. So I've got this schedule set up. People expect it. I have to stick to it. And so it's a lot of work. And sometimes it's like, holy crap, I haven't filmed the video yet for this week.
That's where I fall short. And honestly, I could say that's where I fall short is actually because it's been a month since I put a video out, but and I know I've needed to. I've just had stuff going on, but
that's life.
I need to get back. I'm getting back into everything, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, you know, update videos, just keeping people up on what's going on, different things you're doing, as long as it's still in, you know.
I've always done more and been able to be more consistent with my live streams.
Right. I noticed that. Yeah. Are you every week?
I really have fun with. I have more fun with the live streams than I ever do with videos.
Yeah. Now I've gotten a lot out of videos, and again, I've done some that I still, you know, I'll post a video that just doesn't do well at all. and then I'll post one that does amazing, and that is great. But the lives are always fun. It doesn't matter.
It's like last weekend I went out with Twisted Mopar,
Mhm.
and he had left his funnel at home.
Mhm.
That had a screen in it, so he laid a rag over his fuel cell and was pouring fuel. I'm like, oh, I'll make a short about this. 2,000 views in 2 hours. What?
Yeah.
And I'll spend all day making a video that gets 100 something views, and I'm like,
shorts are weird. My
weird.
daughter is 7, and she's been watching shorts forever, and she discovered she could make them. So she made 3. One of them got 1,300 views. One of them got 1,700 views. She's made 20 shorts since then, and they're all, 8. So the shorts are just weird. I did them for a while, and every now and again I'll find something that makes sense as a short. But to me, it was just like, it's not what my audience is looking for. It's not it's just a different thing. And
well, that's kind of the problem, though. If you start making a bunch of shorts, yeah, you can pick up a bunch of subs,
right.
But if you're a long form channel, you're not getting those people.
No,
there's shorts people and there's long form people.
Yes, it's a totally different thing. So
just like there's Facebook people and there's YouTube people.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So yeah, and I've mine's all YouTube people. I mean, I have 11,000, however many on YouTube. On Facebook, I have like 200 followers.
I've got 3,000. I've got 3,000 followers on Facebook.
Really?
And
how the heck did you do that?
I just made my channel and started. I was posting stuff up.
Huh. Interesting.
I just cannot get them to come over to YouTube.
Gotcha. Yeah. Isn't that interesting? Yeah. Like I say, I have a Facebook. I link to videos on it. That's pretty much it. And I have an Instagram. I'm fairly active on there, but it's the same thing. Like, it's grown and grown, but it's still only a couple hundred people on there. Like, they're kind of different worlds. And yeah, shorts is another different world. And I did a few. I have one that got, eventually, it took a while, but eventually it got like 11,000 views. But for the most part, yeah, shorts just aren't.
Well, like you said, if it actually makes sense to be a short.
Right, exactly. Has to make sense, has to be quick and entertaining, And I just don't have the mind for that. My mind is always on the long form stuff. It's always on this is what I'm doing, and I need to do this, and then this, and then this, and then this, and and that's how my video format came about too. It's like, okay, this is the project I'm videoing. I'm going to do a clip of this, and then I'm going to work more, and then I'm going to talk about it, and then I'm going to work more, and then I'm going to talk about it, and that's what it is. So that's the form that works for me, and kind of what I'm going to stick with. We'll rattle through a few more comments, and there's no way we're catching up ever. But Dave said Bad Tree got his attention with the one car, the Barracuda, the Radicuda, right? Do love the darts.
That car. That car's awesome.
Yeah. Point is, they were pretty much one car. Yeah. Interesting. You do not have to be a crazy hoarder to do this, One car channels work. But yeah. Michael Adama says, can't wait to hear the story on the Roadrunner. Where's it from? What's the plan for it? I will catch up on... I'm going to give more of the story in the next video. I will take some time to do that. It was really just a jam to get the car as far as we could in that day. It ended up being a successful drive. Didn't even think that was going to happen until the last minute. Every bit of me telling the story and the voiceover and showing the footage of them picking it up was like a total afterthought. Like, hey, I didn't say anything about this. I didn't show the tag. I meant to show the tag. I meant to talk about the option codes. Just didn't happen. So more story will be coming. And the next thing that's going to happen in that car, pretty sure the 6-pack's going back on. Steve Ash says, I divorced my wife and bought a 69 Super B. Congratulations, I think. It's not for everybody. I am extremely happily married. My wife was even willing to give me not necessarily the best, most professional haircut job on camera for YouTube. So yeah, that's amazing. And I own a 68 Charger, so I've got it all, basically.
Living the dream.
Chris N says, inspired me to buy a 69 Roadrunner, hoping to have Rocket look at it. It needs paint, but I'm afraid to have someone paint it and screw it up. I would be afraid of that. Tread carefully. Renee LaChance is here with us and says, hi, Jamie from smoky Northern Ontario. Yeah, smoky sounds about right. Love your channel. I also own a 66 Charger, same color with a poly. Nice. My yellow 66 was a 361 automatic car, and it now has a 360 Magnum with fuel injection and a 4-speed, and it has a new home with this guy who says hair grows back. Bobby's B says, wish I had your knowledge on getting my 440 to run correctly. Well, I am trying to share it through video. That's really what all of this is about. If you do have questions, you can always reach out. You can comment. You can email me at jamienoise@gmail.com. And I will help as best I can, but obviously I'm not there. So it's not like I'm making any promises, but I'll do my best. Al Sear is with us and says, new look. I'm shocked. Good for you, man of your word. Yeah, that's what it came down to. I decided I had to do it because I said I would. I didn't really, I don't know. It's just one of those things. You're back and forth on it. But I will tell you my chin is cold right now. Randy Ryan says, should I turn my 73 CUDA into a 71? 71s are badass. If you want to.
Taillights better.
I like the round taillights.
I love the round taillights.
Yeah. And unlike the Frowny Challenger, everyone hates the Frowny Challenger. I kind of like them. You know, at least with when I blacked out the grill on mine, I thought it was pretty sweet. But the late CUDA is still a great looking grill, you know? So I don't think a 73 is a bad looking car by any means. You know, you could do the bumper fix, pull the bumpers in with the earlier brackets. That's an easy fix.
The 71 had better looking side marker lights.
Yes.
Than those ones they put on everything.
Yes, the 72 up standard light. Yeah, for sure. It's a lot of work to change those, though. You know, a grill swap. Well, the 71, of course, has the 4 headlights, so you got to change either change the fenders or get headlight buckets. It would be a pretty big job. But it's your car, your call, Randy. I mean, 71s are awesome. Everybody wants a 71. And I get it. They're super cool. But late CUDAs those are hot too. I mean, you've already got a good car. You know, there's stuff you could do to make it more like a 71 in the ways that matter. But me, I'd leave it alone. If it needs a restoration anyway, sure. You know, your call. Oh, and Blake says, different strokes, different folks. You can't please them all. No, you cannot. Steve Ash, I think you're the one that commented this on a video and said, yeah, I think it was you. It was like you said on video a time or two that your voice is kind of annoying, and you're absolutely right. But, you know, I like it, and it's kind of an acquired taste. Maybe just because I'm strange, too, or maybe that I'm mixing two comments. But, yeah, that's it. It definitely is an acquired taste. Jabo says it's fine. Don't worry about it. Well, I'm not going to worry about it. What could I even do?
You get one of those voice changer machines.
Yeah, I could. Luke. No, that wasn't a good video at all.
Deep fake.
I could potentially do Morgan Freeman, I think. I could do a lot of impressions if I just say their name, like Patrick Warburton, for example. Dave says, I just love that I'll be able to carbon date your videos by pre and post haircut. I have multiple videos already filmed, ready to release, in which I still have a beard. So it's going to happen. All praise went over and subscribe to Dust Devil Garage. Cool.
Thank you very much.
That's awesome. I do hope a good few of my viewers go check him out, see what he's got going on. Really cool car he's putting together. And, you'll see him at the No Name Nationals this year. Maybe standing with yours truly. Maybe. I hope.
Maybe eating grilled Slim Jims. Maybe.
Slim Jims, those pastries that you buy at every gas station in America.
Oh, we got bored through Slim Jims on the grill and heated them up. Oh, my God, they're so much better.
Huh. I've never really been a Slim Jim. I might have to try that. Never really been a Slim Jim guy. Mary Tupper says some people are only happy when they're complaining. Let them kick rocks. I like the new hook. Look. Thanks, Mary. Man, I've been doing pretty okay on this. If you don't know, we do play the Dead Dodge Garage drinking game here, which is where you're supposed to drink whenever I trip on my own tongue, say something incorrect, or just generally mess up. But anyway, I've been doing better lately, and I can't explain that. Chris N says your inflection is great. Yeah, I think that's the thing. My voice has degrees. It's kind of like I'm singing when I'm talking. It's just how it is. It's like I'm always reading a book. And some people do not like that. But it is what it is. Brent Forte says, Beacon cheeseburger, no cheese, no bacon? Who knows what they want? I don't know. I said this to a musician friend the other week. You got to tell them what they want. You got to tell them what they like. And that's what I'm doing here. Some people don't. Bulldog Garage Merch says, clean shaven. Yes, indeed. Pretty clean. Not that close to shave. I'd actually never shaved with electric trimmers before in my life. Kind of funny. Blake says, I still get a kick out of comment some dude left calling us Jiffy Lube rejects. Should make
I remember that.
Dude, please make that a shirt. Please. I will buy one. I remember, God, it's been a while. You sent me some stickers. In fact, I still have a couple to put on things. But I was going through your web store. It's been a while, admittedly. I need to check back because I didn't quite see a shirt that said Jamie. You know what I mean? But Jiffy Lube rejects. That'd do it. Rooster says, Jamie thinks I have a storyteller voice and wants me to do story time. I do. I really do. Yeah. Make red hats great again. Cut Rate Auto Parts, our local boys are definitely trying. Bulldog Garage Merch wants to know, 440, how much HP gain with these heads? Performer RPM, aluminum. I think that's just the standard 440 Performer head. I don't know. I really don't know. I've never done a big block with those heads. I want to tell you something, though. And this kind of goes back to... This is going to be too long-winded an answer. We're only 20 minutes behind on comments. That's pretty good. Do you have any experience with aluminum heads? Have you
No.
done this at all? Okay. So I have experience with it a little bit. I've had 2 small blocks. And by the way, I'm almost exclusively small block. I love them. I'm building all kinds of big blocks at Rocket because, muscle cars. But I love small blocks. And it warmed the cockles of my heart to see one in your car with dual quads on a tunnel ram. I love it. But anyway, I have experience with a couple sets of these aluminum heads, and they seem to work very well. I had one 360 with a set of the closed chamber, the standard, whatever, Performer Edelbrock heads, and that engine was amazing. It was great. But that car also had 410 gears, 3-inch exhaust, and like everything about it was kind of amazing. So it just all worked well as a package. My second experience, finishing that story, we later put an aluminum-headed 360, nothing special, mild cam, basic 360 heads, replacement piston, but nothing special, in the same car, and it was almost exactly the same. And that's when I started to realize, it's not really just in those heads, is it? It's more in the combination. It's more in the different parts you pick to put together. Fast forward to this year. Okay, I bought the Demon, Dale's Demon, and he had put the aluminum Edelbrock, the 340 specific. It has to be an open chamber head because the piston sticks out of the hole. They've got positive deck pistons. That was part of the magic that made them what they were in the day. Got the compression out by popping the piston out, right? So to put Edelbrock heads on it, you can't do those standard heads. You can't even do the other small block heads because the pistons will hit. So you got to do that open chamber special 340 head. Okay. 340 runs sweet. It's a nice engine. I had this weird hesitation I was dealing with forever. It was a nice running engine, but it just wasn't quite what it should be. Does that make sense? I can't really put it into words. I was just always fighting it.
Now, do they make an aluminum head that is open chamber? Do they make any aluminum heads that are open chamber?
I didn't know they did. But they did. They do make a 340 specific this is in small block. Specifically, they did make a 340 head. It says right on the thing, this is 340. only for 340, and that's why. It's so you can run a stock type 340 piston with the positive deck clearance and not have contact issues. Now, you could redo your 340 with a 0 deck piston and put a closed chamber head on it. It's a different way of skinning the cat. But your standard 340 piston is still going to have that positive deck clearance. I have actually seen this happen. Someone rebuilt a 340. They did not have a set of the correct open chamber heads. They had a set of 360 heads, which actually had a smaller chamber, still open, but smaller chamber. And they had to put a spacer head gasket in there to get it to not contact, which messed up the intake spacing. It messed up everything. So we actually had those pistons milled to 0 deck to make them work with the standard head. That's what we did. But yes, they make them for the 340. So to finish that story, the 340 had those heads. It had a relatively mild cam, nothing crazy, but a peppy engine. That just was never there. So I built this 360 in my shed. It has a set of standard 360 iron heads. We did some basic port work. As you saw in my cylinder head video, I am not a porting guy. I just cleaned it up. Nothing crazy. I did a 3-angle valve job because I had the equipment to do that then. New seals, block the heat crossover, and and matching springs to the ridiculous cam. And that's it. That is all we did. That's the engine that's in the Demon now. And aside from not revving as high as the 340 is wont to do, it actually runs better. It pulls harder. It's a nice running engine. My traction problems now, I never really had those with the 340. Now with the 360, I do. It is a distinct difference, and that engine is budget, cheapo iron heads, nothing special. I said this would be a long-winded answer, and it is. But my point is, those Edelbrock heads are great. They really are. And if you just want to buy a set of heads that's going to work and put them on, do it. I can't tell you how much horsepower you're going to gain. And honestly, it might not be as much as you think. It's a good head package. It's going to work well, but you can clean up a set of iron heads and get the same thing. And yeah, that's what I did. And that is why my 340 aluminum heads are listed for sale right now. Because when I do the 340, I'm putting the J heads back on it. The aluminum looks wrong in the car and it doesn't do anything for me. So,
also when you're dealing with 440, what 440 are you putting together? Because if you're putting together like a motorhome 440, those pistons at top dead center are 125,000 or more down in the hole. You're looking at like 7. So yeah, if you put a performer head on, you're going to bump compression.
You will bump the compression. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Along with the extra flow and everything else you get.
Yep. And that is definitely a consideration. All of the muscle era heads, I wasn't thinking about compression. Yes, that is a way to bump your compression up for sure. As far as the flow and all, you can get great flow out of a stock head. But yes, going to the closed chamber, and all of the muscle era big block heads were open chamber. 906s, 452s, they're all open chambers. So you can use an earlier head with a closed chamber, but then at least the standard ones have worse ports. They don't have as much potential as the later heads. So yes, that is a good point. If you're looking for that bump and compression, and especially if you've got a cast crank engine that has a low piston, I mean, all of them are below 0, but that one is really bad. Yes, that will help with your compression ratio for sure. Is it worth $2,000 for that bump and compression? That's your call. That is your call. I'm telling you, my verdict is they're going to work well, but you don't necessarily have to spend the money. That's a big point I've been trying to make lately. That's what brought Uncle Tony to my channel. It's you don't have to spend money to do this, but you can. And if it's in your budget, more power to you. CW2 Lido, I'm assuming, says, love the channel. Thank God for no politics. Yes, that is the thing I look for on any Facebook group, any of the car things. The second people try to sneak politics into it, I'm just like, dude, I'm out. I don't want this. I want to live in a world where that doesn't matter. We all have opinions. We all have things we could argue about. Why would we do that?
We should live in a world where that doesn't matter.
Exactly. And that's the point. I have friends with very different beliefs and opinions than I have. And I have tried to go to lengths to maintain those friendships because, especially in today's world, it's just ridiculous, you know, what that has turned our world into. And I don't want to be that. I don't want to have anything to do with that. It's very, very important to me. And especially, I mean, you could imagine I'm a younger guy working with almost exclusively older guys. You know, there's a good chance we're not going to see eye to eye on politics. So it's just something I don't want to have anything to do with. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Twisted Mopar Garage says, I restored one for a guy. I'm assuming that's 71 CUDA. They look awesome. Best grills as far as I'm concerned. Yes, they are. HR says, I have no.
He was 73. I know he was working on a 73.
Or 73. Okay.
For a friend of ours, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. And again, I think it's a great looking grill too. I mean, 71 is sweet. If I could get a 71, I'd love to. But I wouldn't go out of the way to change a 73 to a 71 because I think a Lake Cuda is a sweet looking car. Really do. Steve 1961P says, sorry I'm late, but I kept signing on and thinking I ended up watching John Oliver. Yeah, I really realized from a certain angle, once I have the glasses on, I should have an English accent. There might be something to that. We could be cousins or something. I don't know.
Well, there you go. The people that don't like your voice, you should do an English accent on all your videos and then see if they like that.
I can't really do an English accent. I probably need to develop one. I only have a few voices that I can use effectively and consistently. Consistently? Damn it. God. The commenter voice. Well, why don't you just shift at 6,500 RPM? You're a coward. That's a good one. Bulldog Garage Merch, who had the head question, says, I have 3 chins anyway. Okay, and then repeated the question. I do apologize for being late to get to it. I kind of knew this was going to happen. We have dropped off a few watchers, which really surprises me. But Uncle Tony's probably off by now, so we may well see some more. But we've got 70 people in here, which is a whole lot more than usual. That's quite a few people.
Can you imagine how Uncle Tony deals with 300?
Well, that's the thing. He doesn't. And I understand. And I've been saying this for a long time. Like, I'm really proud in my lives to this point. I've been able to get to every comment. I always do. But the day is coming when I can't. And unfortunately, the day might be today.
Well, it doesn't help having me here, you know?
Well, exactly. That's and I mentioned that, you know, there are so many comments and balancing that with the guest. It is challenging, but I love having people like you on here. That is sweet. So, you know, we can deal with it and the people will understand and appreciate, you know, and if you do have important questions, you can always find us in the comments. Rooster says Dust Devil Garage got a new sub.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Hope
Awesome.
you like what you see.
Dave says, I now look like the Jiffy Lube reject. Winton Wright said, hey, Jamie, enjoy the look. It'll go away fast enough. I'm 70. I still feel like I'm 25, but when I look in the mirror, I don't look like I'm 25. What's up with that? I used to be the kid. I know. I've always been
exactly what I go through every day of my life.
Yeah. Well, I'm getting there. Again, like, obviously, we've just learned I can still clean up and I look a whole lot younger. But, you know, I got these lines I didn't used to have, and I've got all these silver hairs sprouting here. And, you know, yeah. On it goes.
You like mine?
I do. Bring it in. Let's check that out. Do you remember? So did you have to put wheels on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's actually 2.
Let's show the
also
people.
you get to put the engine in.
Oh, that's awesome. What'd you put in your Hemi?
I think it.
I bet it's a Hemi. My nephew Henry got the Hooker headers, 1970 Super BD. And this is one of those ones that comes with a little tiny lift, and you get to pick which wheels to put on it. And he says you pick which engine. Let's see what he put in there.
There's only one engine, dude.
Oh, there's only one engine? Oh, that's a 440. That's not a Hemi. There's a 440 in there. Hard to see. Anyway, pretty cool. Excellent.
Even Hot Wheels couldn't afford to put a Hemi in it.
The hood can open.
I know. I opened it. I showed him. Pretty cool. All right. I got to get back to comments because there are 10 bazillion of them. Tyler C dropped in and said, "Hi, Jamie. Awesome video you dropped today. Excellent team in action. Great job on the 10K subscribers. Next stop, 100,000. Yeah, there are a few stops in between here and there. 1,000 took me 6 months. And I'm not trying to brag. Again, it's just how it worked out for me. I got lucky on a couple things. Dale's Demon is what did it. The video when I got
good videos, you make good videos, and people like what they see.
Yep.
There's a ton of people out there. How do I get a successful YouTube channel? How do I get all these subscribers? The number one thing is make videos people want to watch.
Yep.
And you have done that.
Yep. That's and try and make them look appealing. That was a big thing, big realization for me too. Professional titles, professional thumbnails. I always do the same filter. I have text in there. I try to use the same fonts, although they keep changing in my graphics program for some reason. Consistency, professional appearing, and try and make good videos. That's exactly it.
The biggest, as far as that goes, the best advice I ever heard was Mr. Beast. Everybody knows who he is.
Yeah.
Everybody talks about the algorithm. The algorithm didn't like the video. He said, anytime you say that or think that, replace the word algorithm with audience.
People. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. And I know this. Do you spend any time in YouTube Studio? Do you use YouTube Studio? Yeah, YouTube Studio is the tool they have for your phone. You can get it on.
Oh yeah.
The web version too. But I'm always on that, and it's always things like your audience is watching this video 1.3 times more often than usual, leading to it getting shared, or your audience is watching this video less, leading to it not getting as many views. And so that's the thing I've come to understand, and it's part of why I've become exclusively Mopar. If your people don't like it, no one else gets a chance to see it to find out if they liked it, like the corn dog car chase video, which I love. No one cared. No one on it's not what the people on my channel are looking for. So it didn't get the views. So no one else who might think, wow, this is great as an art piece, or this is great as a short film or whatever. Not that it is. I'm just saying, someone might think that. They'll never see it because my people didn't see it. So, that's part of it. You use those tools to tune to your audience and kind of get a sense of what your audience is looking for. You get a sense of what videos they like, what videos did well, what videos didn't, and you just kind of tune from there. And and it's working for me. I have tried to do that, not change myself, not change what I'm doing or how I do it, but hone the subject matter, hone the presentation, hone, that sort of thing. I could be a lot more clickbaity and stupid like some channels are. I refuse to do that. I like the DD Speed Shop, and actually some of the best YouTube advice I ever got was from him. But I don't like that everything he posts is so damn clickbaity. It's just like, and it works. And I hate that it works. I refuse to do it. I do things like Tom insisted I put Barn Find in the name of the Roadrunner, and it works.
It works.
And it was one, sort of. It was more of a large garage, but it's like a barn. It works. I hate that it works. I try to avoid that kind of stuff as much as possible. I want to be authentic. I want to be unique, but you just have to balance those things. You have to make good videos, and you have to do the things that your people want to see. So, it's a learning experience. But again, anyway, my point in telling that story was I got to 1,000 in 6 months. I hit 10,000 almost exactly a year after I hit 1,000, almost exactly a year. But then because of Uncle Tony and that, I got the last 1,000 in 4 days. Now that's going to slow down. And again, that's not something where I can go, yes, I'm going to have 100,000 in 2 months and I'm going to be a YouTube millionaire. No, that's not how it works. It happened. It's going to end. It's going to, it's going to go back to how it was, a little bit more. You can't look at those huge moments. You look at the trend, and the trend is going up. So, I might hit 100,000 someday. I might not. But, I've just been, again, honing my craft, but doing what I'm doing and the way I want to do it. And people are noticing and they like it. So I'm just going to keep doing that. And if it keeps working, great. And if it doesn't, like I said, if I can't do what I want to do, if it's not fun anymore, I won't do it. So, yeah, that's my take on it. Rooster says, I got to leave and follow the bearded guy. Who is that kid that replaced Jamie? Rooster advised against shaving my beard because he said people know and trust you and you'll be different. And I don't know that he's wrong, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't think you'll lose anything.
And 9,000 people unsubscribed.
Yeah, you're not going to lose anything over it.
I don't think so. One person, when I checked earlier, one person had unsubscribed from the 11,000 special. And that's not uncommon, and I don't let that get to me either. It's kind of funny, but you're ever like, wow, this video got me 10 subs, but it lost 2. I just chalk it up to people realizing, hey, this channel is not for me, and my channel is not for everybody. It's not,
Well, mine isn't either. Mine is far from for everybody.
Sure. I don't think you have the same polarizing effect that I have, though. I mean, have you had people drop in and call you annoying? I don't think you would. I mean, you just have that straight.
I've had my share of problems.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm sure that's every channel.
Every channel.
It's every channel. That's just it's part of being on the internet, and I knew that. You take the bad with the good. My daughter has a YouTube channel, and I've tried to explain to her. It's a kid's channel. There's no comments, and she's wanted me to turn the comments on. And I said, honey, sometimes the commenters will say mean stuff. I mean, I don't think you really want that.
Yeah, I don't think that'd be a good idea.
Oh, I guess we'll help Blake out. It's so interesting, and I love you, Blake. And I really appreciate you giving me shout outs and helping me navigate this stuff. And I looked up to you when I was starting on this. You got a great thing going. And I have proudly passed you in subscribers, and I apologize. That was never my intention. So I guess now I have to help Blake by sharing his link here. So that's what we're doing. Shameless plug. If you are in this live and you haven't heard of Bad Tree, that just seems unlikely. But you can find Blake's channel right there. He's got all kinds of cool Mopar stuff going on. Good stuff. And I apologize for having more subscribers. I'm seriously sometimes I'm ashamed. I don't know. I can't do anything but what I'm doing, and what I'm doing is working. So I'm going to keep doing it. And yeah.
Blake, you have to tell everybody when you hit 20,000 subs, Jeremy will shave his beard and cut his hair.
Nice. There you go. Luke Tichenell dropped in and said, I'm here quietly. A lot of comments. Glad to see more people in the stream. Yeah, this is a full house. Thank you very much to everybody for being here. Appreciate that. We've still got 73 people. I have seen a number as high as 83 or 4, which thought I heard a child crying, smashes the previous record by 20 at least. So thank you very much. I really do.
People have hit the like button too.
How many you say?
91.
Nice. That's more than we have now. So that is really impressive. So thank you very much for doing that. It really means a lot to me. I've said this before, and I didn't quite get to say it when you were saying earlier that the lives are your favorite part. Yeah, mm-hmm. I love the videos, but this is about my favorite part. This is the community part. And you always hear people with channels and internet things and stuff talking about their communities. And I just always thought that was silly, but that really is what it is.
Yeah.
And I have made more great friends. Like the people that I talk to day in and day out now, people like Big Wrench Donnie, Stacy, they are people I've met through the channel, and we just kind of hit it off, and it's crazy. It's not what you joined for. It's not what I signed up for, but it's really neat. So it's interesting.
I got a story to tell you later on.
All right, cool. But yeah, you know, that's the thing the live really reinforces is just these people who are really members. They give a crap. They're always here. And that is just awesome. So cool. Stan says, do you like responding to comments? Stan, I have responded to a lot of your comments, and I wouldn't do it if I didn't like it. Yes, I do. I do enjoy that part of it. It's a similar thing to the lives here. It's my chance to get feedback, for better or worse, find out what people like, what projects they like, that sort of thing, and help people. I mean, I use this channel to help people. I want to be entertaining and stuff, but I'm trying to give out all the good information I have, and one of the ways I do that is through responding to comments. So yes, I do like it. I do enjoy it, and just ask my wife. I spend a lot of time on it, and you know, I mean, YouTube pays me a little bit. It's more and more all the time. It's not a ton, but it's something. It's a whole lot more than zero now. So I don't know that it's enough to cover all the time, the hours that go into responding to people. But yes, I do. My friend Connor, my very good friend Connor, you know, a Mopar nut job, just like the rest of us, says 4-speed drag racing is an art. Yes, it is. I am trying to master that art. I don't think I ever will, but I do. I really like it. I really enjoy it. And that is where the fun is for me. And I've had comments from people saying, oh, just put a torque flight in it. It'll be way faster.
Oh, yeah, it would be.
Yeah, it would be. I don't care. It doesn't matter what the time slip says. It does matter to me that I beat my previous one. That's what I want to do. I'm racing against myself. That's what every good drag racer is doing. Yes, you get grudge racing. You get cool matchups. You get call outs. I like that sort of stuff. I wish I was closer to where, you know, the action is and I could do that. I'm not. But I think that's cool, but at the end of the day, what a drag racer's really doing is racing himself. You know, it's a thinking game. It's a hand-eye coordination game. It's like it's improving yourself as a functional human, and I think that's really neat. But yeah, it's an art. I'm an artist. I'm not good at it yet. I hope to be someday. I'm going to stick with it, and yeah, it is not easy. I would never say it's easy, you know, and the great 4-speed racers of the day, man, that is a talent.
I'm just too lazy for a 4-speed, so
that's fair. And again, like, dude, I mean, I could show you the slips that I have, and you would be like, "Yep, I made the right choice." If consistent times are what you want, you know, and again, it's just a personal thing for me. And it's not even, it's almost entirely about that car. That car was a successful stock eliminator as a 4-speed in the day. You won Winter Nationals with that car banging gears. That's what that car is. That's what that car needs to be. And what I'm doing is taking it out, stretching its legs, you know, just reminding it, hey, you used to do this. This is what you're for. And I would never ruin it by taking the 4-speed out. I'll drag race in automatic someday.
I'm honestly kind of the person that yeah, drag racing and everything can be fun and all that, but I'm more into building it. I would be happier if one of my kids would drive it and me just build it.
Yep. You know, I don't know if you watch Uncle Tony. You know, he said exactly the same.
Oh yeah, thing. Yeah. No, I love Uncle Tony. He's one of the reasons I started. 2 people.
Yep.
One of the 2 people got me started doing YouTube.
Yeah. He is. Again, like it's so crazy. Like Meet Your Heroes being noticed by him. I still can't believe that, but I love his channel because the stuff that he goes into explaining, it almost always just clicks with me. Like, yeah, duh. That.
Did you see the last video or a couple videos ago where he basically explained the whole Project Car life?
Yeah, that's the one he mentioned.
That is the best video I have ever seen on YouTube.
That is the one he mentioned me in. The video that I made that got his attention was on the same exact subject where I was saying, hey, You don't need to do all this to have a good A or B body. You don't need to spend all the money. Your car is awesome right now. Get out and enjoy it. Yeah, hot rod it a little bit. Change some things.
Hit this plateau with it. And then if you want to go farther, go ahead. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, okay. Sorry. You mean the one about the charger. The plateau.
Yeah.
That's exactly
excellent.
Yes. Exactly the same thing. I never thought about it that way. But he said, I build cars to plateaus. And I was like, holy shit, that's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about, like my Barracuda. I took it from a parts car in a field to, okay, now there's a drivetrain in it. Now it goes down the road. Now let's build an interior. I don't care about the paint. That's a plateau. I probably will never take that car too. But you build it to this stage. You do what you have to get it to this stage, and then you let the car be what it is. I have always done that. I mean, that would be like, I just, but that again, like that's something he said that I was like, duh. Yeah, that makes perfect sense, So
but you get so many people who will just completely blow a car apart
and it never goes back together.
Yeah. Never get it finished. Never enjoy it just because, it's got to be perfect.
I have learned that. I blew my 70 Swinger apart going, I'm going to do all the body work. I'm going to redo the paint. It's going to be perfect. I'm going to fix these trim holes. I'm going to finish the interior. I'm going to do everything, and it's going to be awesome, and it'll be beautiful. And I body worked one quarter panel, and I realized this was a terrible mistake. I can't do this. It'll take me 10 years, and it'll be on fire. So I put it in another coat of bomb can. I put a new back bumper on it, and I drove it, and I loved it. And that's exactly it. And I don't think I will ever blow another car apart like that. Both of my nice cars need rust repairs and paint fix someday. And that may never happen. Like, I don't want to. I don't want that. I never even wanted nice paint in my life because it's the same sort of thing. Like, I don't need that to have fun. I don't need that to do the things I want to do. Okay, bye.
My problem is I can only afford cars that are already blown apart.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say that's another level to this, but go ahead.
Mm-hmm. My Duster, I was building a big block Dakota.
Oh.
I had a Dakota. That was going to be my race car. Mm-hmm. And Twisted Mopar Dennis came by, and he had the car on a trailer. He's like, hey, you want this car? I'm like, probably not for the price you want to sell it for. He said, $500. I said,
done.
Well, damn it. Okay. And then it just turned into what it is now.
Wow. God, where was my thought? Oh, cars people have taken apart. Kind of like that Roadrunner video the other day was a great example of this. And it's just the thing Freiberger always says, don't get it right, get it running, right? I have done this many times. I bought a car that someone was like, I'm going to restore it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to throw it back together. I'm just going to bolt stuff on. I'm going to bolt everything on it I can. I'm going to make it a working car again. I don't care. That's the
thing, though. It's like, and I said this in a comment on that video with Uncle Tony. Everybody's heard Freiberger say that.
Right.
Don't get it right, just get it running. But nobody's ever explained it the way Tony did in that video where it clicks.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure it clicked with a lot of people.
Yeah, that's exactly what many of his videos have done for me. It just clicks. He puts into words this thing that you like, maybe you already know that. Maybe it's something you've thought about before. It's something you've seen someone do or whatever. But he says it. He gives you the words to go, exactly that. And where I think I have a strength is I can listen to whoever's talking, and if they know and I don't know, they're right, and I'm going to take their information. I'm not a guy that usually I'm not a guy that has to be right. I will listen, and that's a big part of this. I listen to commenters. I listen to critics. I listen to other YouTubers. I just take information from everywhere and I bring it together. So no one has ever said this, but it's 100% true. There is a lot of stuff on my channel that's based on shit Uncle Tony said 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it just really influenced me as a hot rodder, as a car builder, and as a guy.
I don't want to take you away from your comments too much, but one thing that Uncle Tony showed me. He was the first one I ever saw, and he actually opened my eyes to all the stuff on TV, all the magazines I read from when I was a kid. I've been buying magazines since the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Everything in those mediums was trying to sell me
Tell you
parts.
something. Yep.
And it's like he showed, look, you don't have to do that.
That's what
certain things you should spend money on, certain
Yep.
things, but
Yep.
you don't have to have every single perfect piece.
Yep.
And not everything has to be new, and not everything has to.
And so much of what I do and what I say is based on that exact concept. And so like that video I did last weekend that got his attention, it's funny it got his attention because it's based on his ideas. You know, it just made perfect sense to me. Like, yeah, I'm not a rich person. I can't just dump money on crap. You know, there is a way of doing this that doesn't work like that. You know, there's a way of doing this that you can get by with much, much less than the magazines and the TV shows make you think you can. And so that is something I really want to profess and share on my channel, and I do all the time.
Well, my thing is, my car is nowhere near perfect, but if I do say so myself, it's cool.
Dude, I love it.
I have a total. I don't even have a total of $6,000 in that car.
Nice. That's awesome.
Everything in that car is secondhand stuff that, hey, it works. You know, I paid $600 for the tunnel ram and the carburetors, rebuilt the carburetors, and, you know, you don't have to spend a ton of money.
Exactly. Yep. That's exactly it. You know, that's exactly my kind of deal. And I want to respond to that with one quick thing. Just, you know, so everyone here knows there is no such thing as a perfect car.
No.
It doesn't exist. I don't care. The nicest, shiniest painted car you see at the car show, perfect doesn't exist. It never will. It never did. Don't strive for that. Strive to have fun. Strive to have something you're proud of, you know, something that you can party in, something you can take your kids to the mall in, you know, whatever it is you want out of the car, strive for that, but do not strive for perfect because you won't get it. And you will end up with, I can't remember who this was that said this. Don't blow your car apart to try and make it perfect, or some asshole like me will be buying it in 2 years.
Yep.
I can't remember who said that, but it's really, really good. Jason with Stage Zero Garage says, funny enough, my introduction to your channel was when you dropped the video about the Not Little Red truck. Thought, this guy's got something and a truck I want. All right, that is funny because Jason bought that truck for me and drove it back to Wisconsin. Later, much later. Oh, man. Alice here said, German Shepherd snorting at me, time to take her out. I can always come back. But that was a while ago. That was a really, really long while ago. I apologize to everyone involved for being almost an hour behind on these comments. I hope you guys are enjoying our chat.
I apologize too.
No, it's all good. I'm glad.
I've been trying not to derail you because I know how you're.
It's okay. You know, and I said this to you too, like when I do have people on here, I try to get through all the comments, and it's really hard to do that and talk to someone, but you're here and I would like to talk to you, you know, and clearly we have a lot in common and a lot to talk about. And man, if it was like yesterday, we'd have even more in common, you know. We might look like,
I was going to say, hey, look what I can do.
Yeah.
I see you do it every once in a while. It's like,
it's gone.
What you're missing.
Dude, okay, I know I've done it a few times here. It's just like a mental tick thing. But the biggest thing is every time I put on a shirt, I go to flip the hair. And it's
I couldn't do
ghost hair. Bad Tree, I can't follow someone that forgets to take his car off the trailer before the burnout. You know, I've done trailer burnouts on this channel like several times. Jason says, my trouble with getting videos out is I try to do them with one of my sons, and that's hard to coordinate. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Big Wrench Donnie had a couple comments. I'm not going to put him up, but I will say he bought a pretty awesome car this weekend, 73 Roadrunner. Allegedly, it's a Roadrunner. I haven't seen the VIN, so let's say it's a Roadrunner.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter to me. I've said that time and time again. A numbers ordered hot rod's great, but dude, a satellite two-door is a Roadrunner. That's the difference. Someone will tell me what the difference is. It's fine. I don't want to hear it. It's the same car.
I'm not going to break into a story yet.
Nope, don't need it. Don't need it. Don't want it. but you get it, and you clearly feel the same way. Like, yes, there are differences, but they're the same car. And that's all I have to say about that. Dave says it's the one Sunday I can drink, and Jamie is in an articulate mood. Oh my God! Did anyone notice that Uncle Tony called me intelligent and articulate?
Mm-hmm. You are.
Have
you seen some of these other channels out there? Not to say anything bad about anybody, but that's what I really like about your stuff.
Honestly, it's something I knew I could bring to the table that's different. I mean,
I'm nowhere near as articulate or anything entertaining as you are, and I know this about myself.
I really appreciate the compliment, and I have strengths, I have weaknesses. It's something that I can do, and I work pretty hard at it. I know that's apparent. I have things to say. I usually say too much, and I don't say the right things, but I think so. I think I can't toot my own horn. I just can't. But I know I bring something a little different to it, and that is part of why I've been as successful as I am. So
I think being a musician and being an entertainer is part of it too.
Yes.
You're used to that.
I'm a performer.
I'm around a lot of performers.
Yep. No, that's the thing. I mean, no matter what. I mean, when I'm in a goddamn conversation with someone in a store, I'm performing. I mean, that really is. You're totally right. That's what this is. And I've been doing that for 18 years. It's just a slightly different thing. So, Twisted Mopar Garage says, Stage Zero, it's very hard to make videos, hold the phone, and trying to do something. My entire channel is living proof of that. I used to get comments all the time. We never see you do anything. Do you even work on cars? It's so hard.
Why do they want to see it?
They I don't know, but they do. They really do. Like I say, it's a comment I've gotten so many times. Mopar Ed in Tennessee, who I was actually commenting back and forth a little bit, I believe, on the Roadrunner video. No, it was before that. It was on a different one. But he's got Fred the GTX right there. Beautiful car. You can see Fred the GTX on Mopar Ed's channel. Anyway, Mopar Ed says, I appreciate the references to AVE, another favorite. And I wonder if either of you are familiar with Cold War motors. I am familiar with Cold War motors. Admittedly, I haven't watched a whole bunch of his stuff.
I've watched a little bit of their stuff.
I've checked in a few times. And the thing is, there are so many channels. How do you keep up with all of them? It's impossible while you're trying to make your own happen. So it's really challenging for me to keep up with most of them.
A lot of it is I try to stay Mopar centric, and that's what I watch. There's maybe one or two that I like. Street Racing Channel and the Old Man's Garage. I love that guy. But I try to keep everything Mopar.
I do watch a lot of car stuff. Yeah. Honestly, a lot of what I watch on YouTube isn't even really car related. I mean, I've been watching a lot of stand-up comedy lately. I love it.
Me too.
Yeah, it's great. It's so great. But yeah, so I've checked in on Cold War Motors a couple times. I've been told there are similarities between the two of us, and I've also been told he makes his own music, which I do. I haven't been doing as much music lately. It just hasn't fit with the type of videos I'm doing. But any music you hear on the channel, I made.
Oh, that's cool.
100%. Any music you hear on this channel, I made it. So yeah, but I've heard Cold War Motors does the same, and that's cool. I did actually just pop over to his channel again today and saw one of his more recent videos, but I didn't get to watch a whole lot of it. Pretty busy day. But yeah, AVE. I love AVE's style of videos. That was a big eye opener for me. Oh, I can just be behind the camera and talking, and that works fine, and you can have a whole channel doing that. And here we are now, as time's gone on. I got a tripod finally. I am on camera sometimes, and I have the phone mount in the car when I'm doing driving, but usually I'm behind the camera, and that's where I'm happier. Bobby's B says, I'm at 35 subs, but I love the comments. Good or bad? Yep. No, that's it. That's it. Even the bad ones are helping you. It doesn't matter. The bad ones are helping you too. So just remember that. You know, that's what you got to do. I'm going to skim the comments. We're down to only about, 15-ish minutes. I do appreciate you hanging out the whole time. I know
I could go another 3 hours. Let's go.
I'm sure you could. I could too. We've got enough comments for it and people hanging out. And again, we do really appreciate that. I want to thank Brian for being here. I'm going to try and bang through as many comments as I possibly can. It is impossible, physically impossible for me to reach all of them, but I will do the best I can. But either way, thanks for dropping them. Chrome Muffler Bearing says he's happy I don't know. The Chrome Muffler Bearing is happy I'm a celebrity now, but don't get too big for your britches. I said, I think it was in the 2000 sub special, I will never forget where I came from. I mean, I literally, when I say I came from nothing, I mean that. I mean, I grew up extremely poor, and that is such a huge part of who I am. And who I am now that I have a little bit more, I'll never be that person. So I don't think I'm a celebrity either. I have 11,200-ish subscribers on YouTube. Or as I like to say, I'm kind of a big deal on the internet. But
I still can't get over having 800 people want to watch an old fat guy waddle around. I can't get over that. I'm like, oh my God.
I heard you say that in a video.
What's wrong with you people?
I love that. And I said DD Speed Shop, a lot of what I learned, it was right around the time I was starting the channel. A lot of what I learned at the outset was from him because he did videos about running the channel. And one of the things he says is, so your video only got 50 views. So what? 50, like if you were in a McDonald's and 50 people were like watching what you had to say, that would be insane. Like 50 is a lot.
I don't know 50 people.
Right. Now it's 800 people. Okay, you're in an auditorium on stage and you have 800 people watching you. It's all perspective, So now I'm like that video yesterday. I don't know how many it has now, but again, it hit 10,000 in under 24 hours, and that's like holy shit. 10,
Have you ever done a show in front of 10,000 people?
No, I have performed in front of about 2,000 people. That's the biggest show I ever did, and that was. And for me, that was quite big because usually it's
think of that times 5 is what your last video did.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So the local DNR theater filled 5 times. That's a lot of people. But big channels have millions more people than could ever be in one place. And I go, man, that must be great and all, and ad revenue and everything, but I got 10,000. It's amazing. It's just all that perspective again. And if you go back, and some people have been doing this, which I love. If you go back and look at my early videos, I still have videos with 48 views. I mean, I just love that, because it's just this is where you've been.
Yeah.
This is where
I went back and looked at some of my old videos the other day. Like, oh my God, what was I doing?
Oh man. If you watch my early stuff, when I first started, I was camera shy, and I didn't want anyone to hear me. I didn't want my neighbors to hear me talking to myself. I didn't want my family to hear me talking to myself. So I was like muttering in the camera, and I would get comments like, we can't hear you. We don't understand what you're saying. You're too quiet, etc., etc. I'm still filming with the same exact phone. I'm just enunciating and talking loud enough that I'm audible, But I started out super quiet, and then I cranked my personality up to 12.5, and it was just kind of a little bit too much. So I dialed it back to 9.5, 10, pretty much normal Jamie, and that's what I am, And that's really, as I understand, that's what the people want. They want your real self. They don't want an actor. They don't want fake. They want who you are, and that I go to great lengths to be who I am.
I always wanted to do, and still want to do, a swap meet video, showing everybody the deals you can get at a swap meet. I just feel so weird. Every time I try, it's like, no, I'm not going to do that.
I don't want to film in front of people,
No.
Even my friends, even people that know I do it. Even, my family. I just get this, like, I don't care. It was the same with music too, like recording music. I don't care if 5,000 people hear it later, but I don't want them to hear me doing it. I don't care if you go watch the video. I don't care if you see me on screen, but it's just so awkward having people around when you're making it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's exactly. And so you don't see me doing videos in public places. I do it in limited places where, you know, and I always tell people, and I have had people who I go get vehicles or whatever, and they're like, hey man, if you want to film, that's awesome, super cool, go right ahead. And that's great, but I have to tell them, okay, but I need you to go away. Rooster had to take off. Take care, boys. Remember, you can change your look, but never change who you are. And that's exactly it. And I think everybody here knows that. I don't think I'm ever gonna get too big for my britches. If I had a bunch of money, guys, I'd be doing exactly what I'm doing. I'm telling you, I am living my dream right now. I have the job I always wanted. I literally have the family I always wanted. I have all the things. I have the shop. I have the car. I have it. And if I had a bunch of money, I'd be doing the same stuff, you know? So anyway, do with that what you will. Dan Berg wants to know, what are you going to do with the 300? I think I'm going to drive it. It turns out I love that car, and so do the viewers. So I didn't anticipate that. I got such a great deal on it. The seller, who is in the comments, just so cool and helping me out getting the paperwork sorted out and with all the parts. And it's just awesome. And I have realized I love that car. I actually took it for a drive. That's a video that we didn't get to see this weekend because of the exciting things happening, but it will be coming soon. I ordered all the brake parts. I'm going to get tires, and I'm going to be driving it. That's the plan. Wiggy dropped in. This was quite a while ago, and I apologize for that. It says, hola, mis amigos. Rainy night here in Detroit. Spent the weekend wrenching on my Piaggio scooter. Can't always work on the Valiant. Scooters are fun. I'm going to take your word on that. But I did have my good times on Japanese motorcycles. Michael Adama says, I'm telling you as a friend, do not say your chin is cold around your buddies. I'll keep that in mind. Big Wrench says you got another new subscriber from him and Mrs. Wrench.
I appreciate it.
Junkyard D says, I think Jamie is such a good storyteller because he used to be on Blue's Clues. Yeah, but I was the dog. JMR says, Jamie, you're still grabbing your beardless face. It's not going to stop immediately. We just covered that. Ghost beard. I don't know what to do with my hands.
That's one of the movies that when it comes on, you can't help but watch it.
Yeah.
No matter what part of the movie you're in, you're like, yeah, I'm watching this.
Yeah. Don't you stick that knife in your leg, Ricky Bobby. Don't you put that witchcraft on me. I said that to Donnie the other day. And I was going to work it into the subscriber special, but it just didn't feel natural. Have no fear, the Dougster is here. And then he immediately said, Jamie lost the Hot Rod Jesus hairdo. I did. Tara Cooney? I apologize for mangling that. I either said it the right way or didn't. Says, can you come over and punch my 66 Cornet 500 so it will work right? It sat for 10 years. It's been rough lately. Are you in Western Washington? In which case, I would love to. If you're super far from here, unfortunately, I probably won't be able to. I'd love to punch it in spirit. And if you have specific questions, reach out. I'll help you if I can. This was a really, really long time ago. Dougster says, my motorhome 413 will be getting closed chamber 440 source heads. Woo! Big power. Yeah, we put the 440 source heads on the stroker. We'll see what it does. I think it's going to be cool. Mike J had a comment. I'm going to change it. No, never mind. I changed my mind. I'm not going to say it. Family show. Rich Jordan says, have to go with quad headlight E-bodies are best looking. Totally agree, but the late ones are pretty good. Yes, I think I might look like Tom's brother now. That's going to be weird. I had concerns about that. We're going to look related. Very similar getup. Bob says, the commenter voice in full throat. I might have spilled a little vodka. You are the only YouTuber whose live streams I make time for. I choose well. Great day of videos, the Roadrunner's killer. Thank you, Bob. Really appreciate having you around. I know we're running out of time, but put a corn dog in the window. That's the wrong key. Oh, this thing's, yeah, it's in the wrong, it's supposed to be there. Fuck. Anyway, put a corn dog in the window. I love seeing those old, the old Washington State Patrol Dodge chasing you. You should do a video on that rare Polara custom. Yes, I should. And I need to do a video on Tom's car, his restored 72 Washington State Patrol Polara. And then there are two 73s theirs as well. Bob, that might have been the only outro you get because I'm really out of time. I got to give up on a lot of these comments, which is a bummer. We're getting down there. We're getting down there. Steve finds Uncle Tony to be the most annoying person on YouTube. That's really interesting. There are things I don't like about him, and I'll leave it at that. But there's just such a wealth of information and just every man hot rodder type tips. There's a lot there, you know, and again, I find the people that have the information that means something to me, that makes sense to me, and I'll take it. You know, that's how I operate. But lots of people think I'm annoying, Steve. They really do. They tell me all the time. So, you know, that's just how it is. Mike J likes my channel because I'm local. Yeah, I'm pretty local. Mean Street Mopar says 4-speed for life. Absolutely. Blake dropped out a bit ago. Said, have a good night, everybody. Congratulations. Thank you very much, Blake. Appreciate having you here. Man, one of my very first live streams, Blake was the moderator, and he was like, banning his friends. It was awesome.
I actually think I remember that.
Really?
I do.
Nice.
I think that's when I first subscribed to you. Was from one of Blake's live streams.
Yeah, that was a while back. Yeah, he I was on his once. Yeah, that's where I learned about the StreamYard. Dougster did Dougster out before I ever got to his comments. No surprise there, but thanks for being here anyway. Shopcat says, Jamie, you don't even look like the same person. Holy hell, or something. Brian, are you going to shave too? He is committed to doing it at 10K.
Yeah. So it'll probably never happen.
Well, you know. Oh, Cold War Motors is Shopcat's neighbor. Awesome. Very cool. Mitch Holmquist, who was in the comments today and reminded me he's probably got pictures of my demon from the day somewhere in an album. And I am looking forward to seeing those. Mitch says, I had a U-Code 73 Roadrunner, ripped out the 440, put in a 346 pack and 4-speed that I got out of a TA Challenger. Wow, that's very cool. You know, my brother's 64 Fury also at one time had a junkyard TA engine many, many years ago when it was a street racer, which is kind of cool. But anyway, man, people have messaged me a lot. Don't they know what day and time it is? Yeah, Shopcat says Cold War Motors does make his own music, as does Randall at Shed by the Tracks. I haven't seen Shed by the Tracks yet. Awesome. Oh, Shopcat says, thanks for reading me out, Jamie. I can't believe I hit 2,000 and 1 million views. I sometimes think of all the productive time I've stolen from the world. Wow. Nice. I like that. And yep, same thing with Shopcat. I cannot film if someone is around. Certain people I'm okay. You know, even the guys at Rocket, they know I'm doing it. They know what the program is, but it's just like it's still awkward, and I feel like what I'm saying is stupid. And
I've got one friend that I can film around, but he does not want to be on film at all.
Right. I didn't want to at first. It took a while. You know, I kind of dipped my toes in it. There's a video on the Toolbox Charger from a long time ago that this is really funny because it speaks to what I'm saying right now. I'll just put this up here, but I'm not going to read it. Anyway, the Toolbox Charger, which I got like last February or something. I did a series on it. No one cared, and I sold the car. But I actually went on camera for about the first time and started doing the intro today on Dead Dodge Garage. And I was like eating a burrito or something. And I was like, no, it just feels wrong. And I walked off the camera and I wasn't on camera again for months. for a long time. Anyway, it's just that is what it is. Mopar Benny says your shop can always be bigger, though. Yes, it could. The day I looked at it, I started scheming how to expand it. I think second, so to speak. I think a second shop is in the cards more than expanding because there's not a lot of room. Holy crap, we're to the end of the comments, which is great because it's 8:02 and it's about that time. My sister says, for whatever it's worth, I'm really proud of you, Jamie. Aw, thank you very much. I appreciate that. It's great having you around as a cheerleader. It is worth a lot. It is definitely worth a lot. She was disappointed earlier. She messaged me and said, man, I thought when you shaved we were going to look more alike. But no, you just look like Alex, our younger brother. Michael Adamo says, I'm watching on both of my YouTube accounts. I'm helping.
I love that.
Oh, that's good stuff. Good night, Donnie. Good night, brother. We'll holler at you soon. And more questions about that thingamajigger car. Nice. Donnie's in Florida, so he needs to be asleep right now. And the thing is, he says he actually left. He's going to message me in 10 seconds with either another laugh react or like, oh, he sent me a video too, but I don't have the technology to show it. I do, but there's no time for that. Anyway, he's going to message me and be like, yeah, I'm still here. It's happening. Again, hoping it's Tara or Tara. That's got to be one of them. Says, I'm only in Indiana, but I've been watching your videos, learning from your tune-ups to work on the darn thing. The Stromberg, very similar to the BBD. Yes, it is. And it's okay. Everyone butchers the last name. I apologize anyway. But yeah. I haven't had to deal with Strombergs much. Once or twice. The BBD, that's my spirit animal. But awesome. Cool. Glad to help. And Rich Jordan dipped out, said, ciao, great videos today. Thank you very much for being here. Dan Tupper says, Valari on Marketplace in your backyard. Good night, all. All right, I'll go check it out. My mom says, it goes without saying, I'm sure, but I'm also quite proud of you. Thank you, even though I cut my hair off. That's sweet. I appreciate that. Yeah, Donnie's still here. Jason says, I think that's why I love filming with the boys, because we play off one another and it's conversational. I do fewer edits with them. See, the key to doing it the way I do it is have a conversation with yourself.
I'm doing that all the time anyway, so. Yep.
It's okay to, what was it? It's okay to have a conversation with yourself, but it's not okay to have an argument. It's something like that.
Oh.
JMR says, 10 p.m. here. Good night. Love you, dude. Thank you, JMR. I love you, too. Appreciate you being here with us all the time. It's super cool. Shopcat says, I better get back to it. Have a great night, everybody. See you, Shopcat. Appreciate it very much. Luke Ditchnell says, hey, somebody left their spoon. It's always, I forgot, I'm back. I forgot my hat. Twisted Mopar Garage still with us, too. Good show, you guys, says Jabo. Thank you, Jabo. Thank you, everybody. We've still got 67 people here.
Wow.
I'd love to play them off with a tune. I don't. This thing's in like standard D, which is the thing I sometimes do, but it messes up a lot of songs. Also, I haven't tuned it in quite some time. I don't know what to play though. Hey Brian, where's your clock?
Clock?
Where is your clock?
What clock?
I don't know. Do you have a cool Mopar clock or something?
No. That's a clock John Wilburn made for me for No Name Nationals last year.
That's
pretty cool.
It's not on the wall though.
I should hang out there. I've got a spot right there.
There's room there. Absolutely.
Right there.
Perfect. I like it. I really like the Super B sign too. I think my brother has that Duster sign, I think.
My buddy finds these signs at Hobby Lobby
all
the time.
Wow. Tom had to go put the beds to kid. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Jamie puts in so much work to make this happen behind the scenes. Awesome what he's done with the channel. Thank you, Tom. Yeah, Tom gets to see and help. The Roadrunner revival was really like, you see him on screen a few times, but he was right there with me in the trenches. I mean, I was mostly filming while he was running off to grab stuff. It was definitely a team effort, but yes, a lot of work goes into this. I don't know if that's apparent. It could be a full-time job. It's pert near. Just Ralph's a Jersey guy stuck in PA says, Jamie, was my first live with you. Pretty entertaining. Thank you. Some people I said that the 70 Roadrunner is pretty cool. It's very cool. This is just what I'm like. Wow, Hurlbert, damn it, dropped in and said, hi from Florida. How you doing?
Oh, it's
Mopar Garage says, you kind of got a voice like Bob Fry off the NHRA. Interesting. Okay. Yes, the lack of beard definitely changes the tuning of the guitar. I'll just go for the old standby. That's what I'll do. Ooh, and I'll mess it up. Oh, smokestack lightning, shining just like gold. Don't you hear me crying? Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, stop your train. Let a hobo ride, Lord, and you hear me crying. Ooh, 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 ooh. All right, that's all I got. My sister says that that song sure is different when you're not screaming it through guitar pickups. It is. Junkyard D said, how about some ZZ Top? I only play that on bass. Yeah, Bob, you got the outro anyway. I do know a Chris Stapleton song, but we don't have that kind of time. We can do that next week. I reckon it's time to call it a night. I think I got to go cook a pizza. So I want to thank everybody very much. We've been here for 2 hours and 6 minutes, and we've still got 66 people, and that is real good for me. And I'm looking forward to whatever the future of this holds. It's very exciting, and all I can say to everybody is thank you very much. And obviously, I do have to say thank you very much. I think he's over here to the other DDG, Brian, for hanging out here with me and chatting. Super cool.
Hopefully we get you on one of my lives.
I would like to do that. I'm going to do that. I'd like to join one of your lives. That would be fun. I am down with that. So what you got to do is you got to shoot me a reminder like, hey, man, it's Saturday. And
well, what it is I am going to start doing things a little different.
Oh, yeah?
I'm going to have like the first hour, I'm going to interview somebody.
Cool.
And then I'm going to bring everybody in after that. So I'd love to have you on to do the interview part of it and talk more.
That would be awesome. Talking won't be a problem. Sounds great. Well, again, thank you very much for being here and hanging out. We did get to the end of the comments, although I did have to skip a bunch of them. I think I got most of the big ones, so I think we did fine.
They just keep coming, though. How can you ever stop these things?
Sometimes I ask people to stop. I have done that a couple times. We'll get through the last few. Billy Porath says, hey, Jamie, first time I have seen your live. Took a break from your model to watch. I am really excited for that. I can't wait. So thanks for being here. Devil went down to Georgia. My violin is in the studio, and I also am not very good. But I did. Just fun Jamie fact. We'll close on this. And thanks, everybody that's peacing out. We'll see you next week. I had to learn how to play Devil Went Down to Georgia so my mother would let me quit violin class. So I did. All right. We're going to call it. Thanks, everybody. This was an awesome time, and I will see you next week.
See y'all later.
Take it easy, and if it's that easy, take it twice.